Ripple, the global real-time settlement network. Consumers and businesses have new and increasing demands for cross-border payments. Ripple connects banks around the world and allows them to offer real-time cross-border payment services to their customers. Currently, cross-border transactions require many intermediaries to execute, so settlement takes multiple days. This often creates costs and risks that make it difficult to meet today's market demands. Ripple enables cross-border payments to execute directly between banks within seconds, and provides the banks end-to-end visibility throughout the whole process. Ripple is infrastructure technology banks can adopt to power new payment services like low-value retail and corporate payments. Let's see Ripple in action, enabling a person-to-person remittance use case. On the right-hand side, you see a bank's mobile app. On the left-hand side, you see Ripple powering the core processes to execute a cross-border payment. Alice, a bank customer in the US, logs into her mobile banking app. Her bank uses Ripple for cross-border payments. She wants to send money to Bob, who lives in Singapore. Bob's bank also uses Ripple. When Alice selects Bob as the recipient, Ripple allows her bank and Bob's bank to exchange sender and recipient information to meet risk and compliance requirements. This information is encrypted and exchanged directly between banks via HTTPS. No customer information ever touches the Ripple network. Alice wants to send $1,000 to Bob. Ripple queries the banks for their fees and the network for a real-time FX quote. Ripple packages this information to show Alice the total cost of her payment to Bob in Singapore. Thanks to Ripple, banks can provide customers an accurate total cost, delivery time, and delivery amount for cross-border payments, down to the cent, before the payment executes. After Alice approves the payment, settlement takes place over Ripple in 5 to 10 seconds. Simultaneously, Ripple triggers Alice's bank and Bob's bank to update their ledgers. As soon as the funds are posted into Bob's account, Alice is notified. Ripple solutions afford banks access to transact directly, speed transaction settlement to real time, trace funds end-to-end with certainty of delivery, and minimize the total cost of every transaction. With Ripple, banks around the world are already developing new payment products and services for real-time cross-border transactions. To learn more, please contact us at ripple.com.
I know you've said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication. Do you think this is really going to take off to that extent?
You know, we do. When we look at the world, you see a world completely connected on an information web. And that's terrific. That makes things tremendously efficient. But what we don't have is the sense of a value web. Payments, the exchange of value is still pre-internet based on 40-year-old technology. And so that's very expensive. That really slows e-commerce. Lots of parts of the world don't have the ability to make payments. So this new technology that really is a second gen of Bitcoin enables now value to be exchanged in the same way that information is currently exchanged. And that's a big deal, we think.
But do you think, Chris, that people are actually going to be comfortable using a kind of virtual currency? I should ask you, too, how is what you've produced on the coin side, on the digital currency side, different from what Bitcoin's already doing?
So what Bitcoin set out to do is really build a new currency that had no central bank. So in a way, Bitcoin is sort of a way of storing value. Ripple is a completely different idea. We're using the same breakthrough technology, but we're using it to build a currency agnostic value exchange or value web. So you actually don't need to adopt a new virtual currency to use Ripple. You can use it with dollars, euro, yuan, real, anything you like. We have a math-based currency built into Ripple that is like Bitcoin, but it really functions as an enabler. So we think most people will use Ripple using their existing things of value like dollars or euro or yen.
So to what extent, Chris, are you seeing pushback? I know one of the companies that you risk taking market share from is a company such as Western Union. I mean, this is a pretty regulated space. To what extent are you facing headwinds like that?
So you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, law enforcement regulators are right to be concerned about any new technology, but we work a lot with law enforcement. We were just in D.C. This week, for example. We work with Promontory Financial. So we think that regulators will, if you can express the potential of these to really help business and commerce, and at the same time show that they're actually more transparent systems for catching the bad guys and eliminating bad things that can happen with financial systems, we think that's a win-win, and we think that that is the case with these new exciting technologies.